Alright, guys, I'm back with another chapter in Joshua. We are in Joshua chapter 2, where the header reads Rahab protects the spies. And we're going to get right into it. Then Joshua secretly sent out 2 spies from the Israelite camp at Acacia, A-C-A-C-I-A, Acacia Grove. He instructed them, scout out the land on the other side of the Jordan River, especially around Jericho. So the 2 men set out and came to the house of a prostitute named Rahab and stayed there that night. But someone told the king of Jericho, some Israelites have come here tonight to spy out the land. So the king of Jericho sent orders to Rahab, bring out the men who have come into your house, for they have come here to spy out the whole land. Rahab had hidden the 2 men, but she replied, yes, the men were here earlier, but I didn't know where they were from. They left the town at dusk as the gates were about to close. I don't know where they went. If you hurry, you can probably catch up with them. Actually, she had taken them up to the roof and hidden them beneath bundles of flax she had laid out. So the king's men went looking for the spies along the road leading to the shallow crossing of the Jordan River. And as soon as the king's men had left, the gate of Jericho was shut. Before the spies went to sleep that night, Rahab went up on the roof to talk with them. I know the Lord has given you this land, she told them. We are all afraid of you. Everyone in the land is living in terror. For we have heard how the Lord made a dry path for you through the Red Sea when you left Egypt. And we know what you did to Sihon and Og, the 2 Amorite kings east of the Jordan River, whose people you completely destroyed. No wonder our hearts have melted in fear. No one has the courage to fight after hearing such things. For the Lord your God is the supreme God of the heavens above and the earth below. God of the heavens above and the earth below. Now swear to me by the Lord that you will be kind to me and my family since I have helped you. Give me some guarantee that when Jericho is conquered, you will let me live, along with my father and mother, my brothers and sisters, and all their families. We offer our own lives as a guarantee for your safety. The men agreed. If you don't betray us, we will keep our promise and be kind to you when the Lord gives us the land. Then, since Rahab's house was built into the town wall, she let them down by a rope through the window. Escape to the hill country, she told them. Hide there for 3 days from the men searching for you. Then, when they have returned, you can go on your way. Before they left, the men told her, we will be bound by the oath we have taken only if you follow these instructions. When we come into the land, you must leave this scarlet rope hanging from the window through which you let us down. And all your family members, your father, mother, brothers, and all your relatives, must be here inside the house. If they go out into the street and are killed, it will not be our fault. But if anyone lays a hand on people inside this house, we will accept the responsibility for their death. If you betray us, however, we are not bound by this oath in any way. I accept your terms, she replied. And she sent them on their way, leaving the scarlet rope hanging from the window. The spies went up into the hill country and stayed there 3 days. The men who were chasing them searched everywhere along the road, but they finally returned without success. Then the 2 spies came down from the hill country, crossed the Jordan River, and reported to Joshua all that had happened to them. The Lord has given us the whole land, they said, for all the people in the land are terrified of us. And that's the end of chapter 2 in Joshua. So what's really impressive to me is actually a reflection of a timeline that really isn't conveyed in this passage. So when the 2 spies, or the 3 spies, how many spies? I think it's 2. I think it's 2 spies. And so, yep, the 2 men. So when they're in there and having that conversation with Rahab, she hides them. She conveys that the people are still afraid of the people of Israel, whose God brought them out of Egypt, had them cross dry land to come over from the Jordan or the Red Sea, and has led to the conquering of neighboring nations. That was over 40 years ago. And so to still have that level of fear or awareness just lets you know how active God was in really going ahead, just like he had promised, and really settling the score in many ways. I would think that with the isolation that the people of Israel have experienced over the last many years, being out in the wilderness and not really being chased down by some places, but really not having any active war or engagement with anybody, while being protected, but also not being any people of strength at the time. And so for them to still have a sensible fear of the people of Israel, even though they haven't had a sign of strength in many years, 4 decades, that just lets you know the level of power that God walked with and really represented for the people of Israel. For them to still have that candor, not candor, for them to still have that fear, that awareness of the presence of God with their people is impressive to me. Not that, when you hear about certain things like that wouldn't be something that a generation remembers at the very least, with all the terrible things that happened in Egypt and then the passing through the Red Sea. If those are things that are substantiated, you're going to be afraid of the people that walk with God, because that's going to be known. And that's exactly what God said. Say, I've already done the work. My word has already been spread through there. I'm going to have gone ahead of you to do some moving around, if you will. So for that to come to fruition and really to be brought upon by the prostitute Rahab, she let them know. Say, hey, no, the groundwork for you guys' campaign has already been laid. We're already pretty scared and pretty terrified of all of you guys. Even though you haven't really done anything, we haven't seen you in a while. And so I appreciate that. That's just more promises that God's delivering through the most unassuming of people. And so on that note, have a good night. God bless. I love you. Jesus loves you. And I'll be back for more of Joshua chapter 3, where the header reads, Crossing the Jordan. On that note, have a good night. God bless. I hope you guys have a fantastic time. I appreciate the fellowship, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for chapter 3 of Joshua. See ya.